Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great week and you've been able to enjoy the weather we've had. It's been extremely nice to work outside the past week, and I think next week is going to be just as nice. So, markets were up for the week. December 22 corn was up 30 cents, and November 22 soybeans are up 45 cents. Soybeans closed the week at 14.52. That we are trading above all short and intermediate term moving averages, so that shows some strength in the short term. Strength indicators are moving higher nicely. However, we are facing a negative trend line formed from the June 9th high and the July 29th secondary high. So it will be important to see how price reacts this upcoming week as we are butting up against that trend line. And if we can break above it, that would be bullish, but we'll just see what happens and go from there. Money flows are overbought in the short term. We do need some price consolidation to cool those off and hopefully move higher after that happens. Long-term momentum still is moving higher and hoping to confirm a multi-month bottom. Very good to see, longer term that we are starting to move higher and hopefully can put in a bottom in place within the next month or so. Manage money increase their net position. Long position by 2,000 contracts through this past Tuesday and are now over 100,000 contracts long again. They came in at 101,000 contracts. For corn, we closed the week at $6.39. We are trading above the 9 and 20-day moving averages. So again, in the short term, that is bullish, and we are currently right at the 50-day moving average, which is acting as resistance. That's at $6.40. Strength indicators are still trending higher from the mid-July lows. Money flows in the short term are overbought. Would like to see some price consolidation here to cool those off a little bit so we can keep moving higher. Long-term momentum is still trending higher and looking to confirm a multi-month bottom on corn as well, so that's great to see. Managed money bought 12,000 contracts through this past Tuesday and are now net long 142,000 contracts, so they are picking up exposure again, which is good to see. We had the big August USDA crop report yesterday, released at 11 a.m. on Friday, and corn really wasn't a big surprise. The yield estimate came in at 175.4 versus a trade estimate of 175.9, so slightly lower than what the trade was expecting, and lower than the the July report of 177 bushels an acre. Soybeans surprised with a higher yield. They came in at 51.9 bushels per acre on the report versus a trade estimate of 51.1. and then actually a higher yield than the July report of 51.5. So soybeans had a bearish price reaction initially, but were able to recover. So that all in general, slightly bullish report for corn and slightly bearish for soybeans. In regards to general updates, lower crop conditions helped commodities jump this week. Corn ratings are very comparable to what were shown in 2019 when the U.S. average yield was 167.5 bushels per acre. On Wednesday, CPI inflation data was less than last month and showed that it possibly could be peaking, and that would also mean that the Federal Reserve could relax on interest rate hikes in the future. They have been very hawkish this year and have had a lot of interest rate hikes, but hopefully this will help slow that down. Inflation slowing would be bearish for the U.S. dollar, which would help U.S. commodities. The lower dollar does make our exports cheaper for other countries to buy our commodities, so that would help us out as producers. Export demand and domestic crush demand remain very high. We've had a lot of good new crop sales to China and a lot of good export sales. And historically, China is very active buyers of soybeans during this time of the year. Currently, Eastern Corn Belt looks pretty good and should potentially have a large crop. So during harvest, that may weigh on markets and also potentially on basis levels as well. However, long-term fundamentals are looking bullish. Supply and demand remain very tight compared to historicals. and so that is bullish for us long term. Something to pay attention to during harvest, and hopefully long term we will get at least a retest of the highs from earlier this year. In regards to crop insurance, not too many updates. We should be sending out the schedules of insurance this week. Other than that, we want to thank you for your business. If you have any questions, please call Larry, Susan, or I, and we hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.